Hello, it's Mark. Time for Scotch Sunday. And today I have a new bottle that it's not been out too terribly long on the market. I've purchased it probably about a month ago or so, but it's probably been out for a little bit longer than that. But anyway, it is the Glenlivet 15 French Oak Reserve, 40% ABV, aged in Limousin oak, which is a region of France. The oak from that region is usually used to age cognac. So it doesn't. I believe that at least portion of it is done in sherry also, but I couldn't verify that one way or another. So I was going to say, it looks like there's probably color added, and it looks like probably chill filtered. No mention otherwise on the bottle or the box, and it is done actually exclusively in Limousin oak, or no, finished in Limousin oak. So yeah, so it's probably aged, I believe, in sherry. So anyway, I will give you. So while I'm doing that, I'll tell you a little bit about the Glenlivet. They first started distilling in 1824. They were the first distillery to apply to legally distill in Scotland. A lot of the other illegal distillers in the area were upset with George Smith, who was head of Glenlivet, founder of Glenlivet, because they wanted to remain illegal, keeping the competition down and the prices up, so increasing their profit. But they had hoped the laws would be repealed. They never were. The Duke of the area, I believe he was a Duke, gave George Smith 2 flintlock pistols to carry around for protection. But nonetheless, Glenlivet has produced Scotch almost nonstop since, only interrupted by World War II. Also, you'll sometimes see the name Glenlivet hyphenated with other distilleries like Glenmoray or such. The Glenlivet kind of had to do some legal protection, but some other distilleries do have permission to hyphenate the Glenlivet along with their own distillery because they're in the same region. The Glenlivet's the largest single malt seller in the U.S. and second worldwide. In the 1950s, they accounted for half of all the Scotch sold in the United States. Some of their Scotch does end up in blends, particularly Chivas Regal. They actually handle the bottlings for Glenlivet. But approximately 6 million bottles are sold as single malts. In 2008, they expanded the distillery, which is probably why we're starting to see another cognac finish, this French oak finish, and I think there's another one, kind of the core line, and it's been kind of repackaged in some different offerings. So I think because of the expansion, we're starting to see this 2008. So we're looking at about 12 years ago. So the 15-year, let's see, what else can I tell you? I think that's probably, they're 14 stills, 7 wash, and 7 spirit. They have a lantern shape, which gives them a little bit different taste. I don't particularly have high hopes for this Glenlivet. Glenlivet to me always seems a little bit thin, but we'll give it a try. So, let's see what the box says. I did say 40% ABV, pretty normal for Glenlivet's core line. French Oak Reserve, selectively finished in Limousin oak to give a perfectly nutty spiciness to the fruity Glenlivet style. Okay. As people go, George Smith was no ordinary man. After he licensed his whiskey in 1824, he battled against all odds and established his smooth, fruity Glenlivet as the definitive taste of the Speyside. What George started continues to inspire our makers to create whiskeys that are enjoyed by all far and wide. Allow your eyes to be drawn to this deep golden hue, and then lose yourself in aromas of citrus, cinnamon spice, creamy and rich. A portion of the whiskey is finished in Limousin oak, delivering a strong and lingering toasted notes of toasted almond. So, according to the box, we have the nose should be rich and buttery with sweet fruit aromas. Palate's going to be sweet, smooth with a gentle nutty flavors, and finish lingering sweet almond and spice. Yeah, I want to bet it's lingering. I bet it's a short finish. They do highlight spice as being one of their things. They have one of those charts on the back there that shows what the different flavors that might be in there. Okay, so let's see if the bottle says anything else. I don't think it does. Yeah, pretty much standard Glenlivet stuff. Give you a view of the bottle. Again, they probably are using color. All right, so this had a little bit. This has had a minute or two to air. So let's see what got there. Very pretty light colored. Odd for a 15-year-old, but okay. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I'm catching aroma before I even get close. Okay, definitely pears. Green apple, some lemon, so definitely some fruit. There's definitely some honey in there. So there's something else in there that's pretty nice. Some sherry. I'm getting some of the sherry in there. So, okay, let's give it a little taste. Very fruity. Pears. Strong taste of pears in there. Sweet, very sweet. But there is a little tint of kind of a bitterness in there, like a bitter spice. I'm definitely getting some vanilla coming through. I really can't get much of the oak. So let me just give it another nosing here. The pears are really strong. Pears and green apples. There is some more oak on the, now I'm getting a little bit more of the oak on there. It's the spicy oak. Not more of the vanilla oak, but okay. Very sweet. I'm getting a little bit of dried fruit, like dried apricots, that goes along with the pears and the sweet. Kind of, maybe it's a sour with like maybe that green apple sour. Yeah, green apple and pears with a little bit of dried apricot in there. Getting some vanilla. Finish is thin and pretty short. A little bit of oak on the finish. But yeah, so overall, kind of pretty typical Glenlivet in what I would expect there. I'll give it, I'm going to give it a 5. So, all right, we'll see you next time.